pick, and oh!
That's new.
Wow!
What?
I mean, against all these fighters, that makes sense, right?
I like this, but
Wow.
I think they have the wrong roamer to pull this off. Well, not really. Finn is really good at setting, but this is Key's hero back then.
El Momento would have loved this composition.
Well, we talk
Damn.
about combos, man. This is an abundance of combos from Bigatron.
Wow.
Double global, right? And 2 massive team fight starting tools against fighters. It's looking tough for Geek fam, but that's only if they don't get steam going. If they can get this game to revolve more around 2v2 or 3v3 skirmishes, I feel like they still have a good chance of snowballing out of control.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if KennzyySkie goes for a Purify instead of a Vengeance as usual for the CC. As we're gonna see here, it is gonna be a Vengeance, so KennzyySkie wants to play this a bit more, I guess, like aggressively. But we'll see. A lot of CCs for BTR. This is a wombo combo composition here. The old school BTR way to win games. Can they actually pull it against Geek fam? We're going in. Week 2, day 2. MPL ID Season 17 is on.
Oh boy. Only one Purify in the hands of a boy. Everyone else susceptible to getting comboed. Well, of course, there's a bit of a lack of DPS for the side of Bigatron, so they themselves are playing with some kind of urgency. And look at the aggression already, the mid lane fights.
That's a flicker.
This is not good for Moreno. Has to flicker out the Maestro. Early on, a boy and Beloy winning it out. Nile, healed Unity, trying to go for the Lethal Wanderer. Tries to relieve a bit of pressure as well.
So menacing with that look, Patrick. The inner machinations of my man are an enigma.
Oh, and Manu actually picked up the Lethal. Interesting.
Very interesting. Emma's by you, though, shows that the mid lane strategy here for Geek fam is just clear and roam, dude. It's not about winning the lane at all, but they're doing well against Moreno.
Oh no, flicker first blood for Beloyski. Moreno way too aggressive.
And it should not come as a surprise when you have a glue and also Jushin. It's a given for you to win the mid lane, especially with an Atlas, right? We haven't addressed this, Rashi. This is a terrible mid-control roamer.
Absolutely, man. Not a lot of damage, not a lot of clear.
Hey.
You have a decent clear, but looking at the time predictions by Gope here. Hey, there's 2 believers in Geek fam.
Uh-oh, Makins as well popping in the Steed. Now pops in the Shield Unity and Extra gets caught. Fit with a walk-up now, jumping in. Makins doing so much damage, tearing through the tank. And now it's Shogun with the resets on Beloyski, but it's definitely not enough. Take them down.
Wait, Jeremiah, I love you so much.
Marcel?
I guess you want to cut. That's it.
Gonna clear and get a quick level 4. Stops the recall as well. There's a lot of pressure here for Geek fam to go. Whoa, whoa!
He wants to go for it. Might be able to go for the kill, but Marcel just good zoning as the Baksha goes and trades with some green camps in the bottom side of the map.
And it's fine, right? The fact that he used the ultimate, the fact that, you know, BTR does not have any business at all to contest the turtle, as Naked is going to secure that 1.1k, 1.3k early in the game in 2 minutes. This is a bit too much, Rashi.
I mean, it's no surprise that Geek fam is winning in these skirmishes, man. We talked about this. Bigatron are tripling down almost on the big team fight combination. They have to wait for the team fights, and that usually happens at the 3rd turtle or maybe the 1st lord. Before that, I think they really want to try and minimize their losses as much as possible, and it's just extra tough for Moreno, because again, he can't get into range to clear effectively without allowing Beloyski and a boy just roam around out of control.
Yeah. And it's not really less of a problem now, too, even though the game is already elapsed by 3 minutes. Beloyski being the nuisance that he is. Just a pure counter towards the Baksha.
Yep. Oh, wow. Phantom Seed again. That's going to be the mount down. Nile brought in to the horse, making it doing a bit of damage. Beloyski going to have to respect it. The flicker out for the final slash as Marcel walks up.
Good pressure, but good response as well from Bigatron. But look at this. Geek fam are not done. They want to pressure Nile.
Yep, no red tree. Marcel with a walk up again. Shifting Skies coming down with the damage as well. The Fury of the Phoenix. It's still the CC immune from Marcel. He flickers it forward and gets the kill. Moreno traded kill back, but the orange buff was taken by Maykids.
Big value. The jungler is gone. The red buff is gone now. More pressure towards the 2nd turtle now that Maykids has an abundance of lead in terms of XP, which is rarely happens when you're playing a Baksha, because you usually dominate the mid, and also you are also a good jungler, Raji.
The Baksha can clear well, but can also fight really well in the early game. In fact, it's the only really aggressive pick for Bigatron, and it's being shut down right now. So Geek fam is doing a great job, but you have to remember, they are not putting any attention onto Eman. And Eman has always been the constant when you talk about Bigatron team fighting.
It's the ticking time bomb, right? But thankfully for Geek fam, Yisun Shin is not really the most carry marksman out there. You gotta play with your team, the Mountain Shocker. It's not like a Moskov, it's not like those heroes that relies on lifesteal, right? Even though you do have some kind of lifesteal.
Oh, wow. Killed Unity over on a boy. He's gonna be mounted on Marcel in the backline again. Jumps in. Moreno has the flick of a Marcel. Goes under the turret and takes him down. Shogun with the stun. This should be a trade back. 1-for-1 now. Marcel for Moreno, but Makekids making quick work out of Turtle. Mountain Shock coming down with Shogun, resetting the Vengeance constantly now. Able to jump in forward, catching the kill. Makekids caught in the bad spot. Curtain call, as well as Makekids tears them down with a boy. Shogun gets out with a Vengeance. Crimson Beacon. No Lantern Flare to pick him up just yet.
A whole lot of value for Geek fam, and they only give away a bag of chips in BTR. It's not valuable at all for BTR as they're down 2.5k already in the first 5 minutes.
It's a tough game for Moreno, man. You can see that despite the bans on the Harley and the Joy, the fact that that Marcel is on the Sora is just zoning him out of the fights time and time again. And with the card control immunity with the Cloud Form, Bigotron can't do anything about it.
Oh, they want to go for a dive here. 3 members. Already down below. Makekids 2 levels ahead of Nile on the Leoborn.
Not good is an understatement, and I guess at this point, BTR, they're just conceding the mid-game. Marcel, though, still has the shifting skies.
Yeah, Shogun doing a lot of damage right now. CC immune. He goes up to the air. Shogun with a walk-up. Nile picks up a kill, finally on the board now.
Now you gotta take a chill pill, Marcel. Now, I know that you've been aggressive and it's been paying off, but you gotta realize it's an Atlas. It's a lot of heroes can turn the table against you, especially BTR. Even though I said earlier, YSS is not really a carry marksman, it's still a marksman in the end.
Look at this, Geek fam wasting no time at all. It's only BTR, but alright. Nile finally gets his buff as a boy. Goes for the rapid boost as well. It's all about speed, man. He wants to make sure that he doesn't get slowed down by all these secondary sources of crowd control from Bigotron.
I think, oh man, I'm still kind of like stuck in the idea on why BTR drafted the Atlas.
Yeah.
Like, are they just fully conceding the early game and just the mid control? Because that would be like a suicide kind of like trap,
That's
right?
exactly what they're doing though, right? Because that should be it. Shield Unity coming down, but Lois with the flicker as well. Good spacing by Amanis. Nile goes on to KennzyySkie, baits out the curtain call as well, and the Crimson Beacon. Hold on, 2 big ultimates utilized. Shogun with a picked up. Finn looking for the big play with the Fatal Links, and you can already see Makekids spacing in the back. He doesn't want to go in until Finn uses it.
There's good moves here from Bigotron though. You can see the kite back that they're doing away from the dangers of Geek fam. And there's more and more damage right now, which means Marcel can no longer go in as aggressively as he was before. Get this, Geek fam with a 2.5k gold advantage, tries to brute force this. Doesn't seem like Bigotron can contest.
Yeah. 3-level advantage for Makekids. There's no way they contest that. Free Turtle, Iman. Oh, might be Dovan, Mountain Shocker. Iman trying to run away. Okay, that's Marcel going to the skies. Perfect Turtle for Geek fam.
Good thing. I was bracing for a flicker from Marcel, but obviously Eman still has one too, and that would be a bad thing for Marcel. Now BTR gonna be the target.
Yeah, go for the final smash now. BTR caught the Fatal Links, the all-in as well, the Fear of the Phoenix. Combos coming around. Finn able to flicker out. Now Makekids gets on the Steed, but that's a kill over to Eman as he picks up the Endless Battle. CC, it's Kenzie up top to pick up a turret as a trade.
It's a trade. Any kill is a kill, but at least BTR, they're still aggressive. They still know or want something, and they're not afraid to trade.
Geek fam need to recognize the fact that Bigotron they have a lot of ways to start off fights. So even if they use one big ultimate like a Fatal Links or a Final Slash, as long as both aren't exhausted, they have to be careful of the re-engage potential because Bigotron has been doing that. 1v1 here.
Whoa. Oof. Dude, Iman is brave. Walks up, tracelesses forward against a Sora who's been doing a lot of damage this game.
Yeah. He's called a Maniac for a reason, and he's actually leading in gold against KennzyySkie, which makes sense, but when you're down 3k, you gotta still applaud the guy.
But see, when you're playing Sora against someone who dares make those outplay attempts, those dashes sideways, remember, after popping your ultimate, you need to land several more skills to use, the main big ultimate, right? So it puts some pressure on Marcel when he's going in there, knowing that the members of Bigotron aren't moving in a one-dimensional way.
You know what I like so far? Geek fam, they're not playing by BTR's gambit. BTR has been grouping as a 5, but Geek fam, they're always splitting up, trying to find something like that.
Yeah, flick around from Marcel. Fear of the Phoenix coming down. Iman.
Wow.
Jump on a boy. Knows that a boy doesn't have the Crimson Beacon. This could be a mistake. Purify out already. And that's the info that Finn needs.
Now, this is the Geek Fam that I know, right? The de-escalation, just knowing when to back off. Are they back?
Well, actually there, I think they overcommitted onto Eman actually. Eman kind of forced him to use the Purify right before the big Lord fight. And remember, combos is what Bigatron had been setting up for, and they're only, considering all the circumstances, they're only 3k gold behind. This is still a very dangerous spot for Geek Fam.
And we know this by GoPay. This marks the debut of Atlas in Season 17 after last being used by Dreams in Season 14 against Rebellion when he's on EVOS. Back then, Arashi was 29.
What? It's a weird timeline here, Keven.
Yeah.
Look at this. Wave is going to be pushing for Geek Fam, though, on the bottom lane, unfortunately. Bigatron, they're moving as 5 to try and go for that combo, but they need to make sure that they keep an eye on that.
Oh. BTR engage on Mountain Shocker as well. Hold on. They got a lot of damage, Finn. We're going to go in as well. That's no Fatal Links just yet. The Fury of the Phoenix coming down now. They're going to go all in. Finn popped into Fatal Links, gets caught with the current call. Now Makis walks up with the Phantom Steed, and he's doing so much damage. A boy picked up a Sky Piercer stack.
I think they should have backed off knowing that BTR, used the flicker, right?
Yeah.
There's no need to put all that just for a single Patrick.
Especially because the fight went under the turret. I think that's where it really went south. It was looking pretty okay, but because Finn and Nile took so much damage, you saw Eman coming in towards the tail end of the fight there, trying to do something, but he knows that the front line's gone at that point, and being a Yi Sun-shin, you just can't walk up like that.
This is very aggressive by Eman. Goes into the enemy jungle.
I think they
boy has a very good position. They don't know. In fact, Eman, wow.
That's value. Oh no.
Wants to go on Marcel.
Here he comes.
Forward. Great reaction by Marcel. Goes back in. Eman has a flicker. Oh my god, he's just doing more damage than him. And it's a kill over. Shogun's the one who picked us up the kill. And it's a traceless back. Lord up top with a big wave crashing.
I like the idea of the aggressiveness from Marcel, but he took 2 turret shots, man. That's unnecessary, and that made him lose. And now the value of the Lord is gonna be not much, right? Knowing that Marcel is gone, the main engager is gone.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you can see Geek Fam are forced to back away, despite the great opportunity that was set up there by BTR sacrificing himself. Man, Marcel, with a more damage-oriented build, he's relying a lot more on the healing with the War Axe and the Queen's Wings to sustain in the fight. When Eman dodges most of the skills and he pops the main part of his ultimate late like that, he can get taken out so easily. And it's great on Eman for recognizing the numbers, for calculating that fact.
Now BTR just weathered the storm, courtesy of Marcel's mistake. Even though it's still 5k gold behind, right? But BTR still definitely have a fighting chance, especially when you have an Atlas. And I want to ask you guys something. Like, in a prolonged team fight, in an equal position, in an equal goal, who do you think favored? Oh, boy!
Whoa! It's a lot of damage, and because of the vision that they have, they know they can just go for it. Marcel's gonna walk up as well. Eman gets away. Marcel gets baited out. What? And the Fury of the Phoenix catches a boy. The global ult, a boy. Didn't take that into his calculation. He just recalled in place.
That's purely a boy's mistake. It's no one else's mistake. Involvement!
Double fatal lanes, the combo coming down now, and that's gonna be so much. Final slash from Shogun to bring him back. One big team fight, one big catch. The shutdown for Kenzie finally is able to get that kill on Eman. But BTR are back in the game.
Now at least BTR, they can't really ameliorate the situation so much because there's still KennzyySkie, 2 members of Geek Fam is up, and there's no conversion on the Lord.
But they have shown again to Geek Fam that they are a force to be reckoned with, and that must be sending doubts into the minds of Geek Fam's players. What an engage there by Finn. And to answer your question, Keven, oh, hang on a second, Marcel.
I don't know about that, Marcel. He's gonna get poked down. Flicker's down on the Fury of the Phoenix coming down, but Moreno had to flicker as well. So it's flick for flick, but it's the setter for Marcel, right?
Exactly.
Man, both teams just not willing to concede any ground. In the late game, with both the gold laners, not being a late game marksman, I think it's quite even, unless you take into account the Zetian from Moreno. It's definitely doing a ton of damage right here, and that's being done to everyone at the same time, due to how close and clumped up these fights are. So I think the longer the game goes, Bigatron has a lot more to say about how this game's gonna go.
And by the way, guys, just an update that Shogun is actually building a War Axe as an Erlan. So he expects a long team fight. He expects to live through all these skirmishes and chaos in the team fights.
Yeah. Moreno's clearing in the mid lane. BTR's gonna get chunked. Slams time to pass past Nile. Walks up as well. Shogun. Final slash doesn't
Uh-oh.
land.
Oh,
Yep, he's going to be picked up, thrown back at the team. Kenzie wanted to go for the curtain call, but won't be able to find it. Shogun now jumps in, isolates himself, the rest of the team, and he gets shut down by Kenzyy's shred.
Yeah, he's paying the price of that incredibly brave build that now Vin. Look at that movement speed.
Yeah, he wants to go on Kenzie. Trying to go for the fatal links, but now Marcel in the back line. Fury the Phoenix catches him, and Mansell doing a lot of damage in the back line as now tries to go and just front line for the team, but it's just not happening. Geek fam are destroying BTR's front, and now it's just the back. It's just Moreno and Eman as Geek go for the Lord.
It's amazing, the macro battle, the macro domination of Geek right now. 12 to 10 of the kill counter rush. It doesn't look like a dominating game, but in a macro game, they definitely nailed it.
well, in fact, I feel like the macro is great, but we're not seeing a lot of wave setups, slow pushes. We're just seeing Geek fam
Oh,
make
no.
better calls, but look at this.
BTR, it might be a mistake because of the traceless here. He's gonna be thrown back. Mountain Shocker lands. The final slash brings him
Whoa!
under the turret. Well, inside of the base rather. That's a kill back. Moreno
Oh,
able to get the kill. Right as the Lord spawns in as well. This is not the best position for Geek fam.
really not. And they cannot delay the Lord. It's gonna crash towards the mid lane, and Velocity not gonna be there. Now, the question is, do Geek wants to go for it either way with Marcel as a setter, or do just concede?
They got really good wave clear, by the way, right? With his attack. Not really good, actually. Marcel walking up, CC
Back
in
line?
Phoenix! That's Shogun in the back line, jumps in, able to go for the vengeance, but now look at the peel coming through! Marcel knocks him up, a boy picks up the Sky Piercer, and a big base turret falls in the bottom lane.
I mean, I think for BTR, I would kind of take it. Yes, they lose out on a single inhibitor turn in the bottom lane, but overall, it's not that bad for an enhanced Lord.
It's not Farsight as well, so Bigatron will be very happy to take that. It seems like Geek fam made the mistake right there, trying to go for something for V5, but then Shogun goes for that big flank, and it does seem like he was doing his own thing, and the team wasn't ready to back him up. They gotta reduce some of those moments, Bigatron, especially with the Lord coming up in 90 seconds. I feel like they gotta play it really, really safe all the way down to the wire until they have to go for that perfect Lord fight.
Yeah. BTR, they have to gamble, man, at this point. Look at the far lane. 3 turrets are still intact for Geek fam compared to BTR, which is only an inhibitor turret. And now it's the next Lord. It's probably now or never moment for Geek fam, unless Geek once again, you know, made a mistake engaging too early when the Lord is not there. Belowski and Marshall, I think at this point they know what to do. They know when to pull, you know, their guns away.
I think right now the only issue for Bigatron is that they don't really have a lot of checking frontliners. All of their frontline tanks aren't really full tanks. Technically, they're utility-based, except for maybe Nile on the Baksha. And they can't really get away from the chase and engage of Geek fam. So in contrast to that, you're seeing Beloisi being such a problem for Bigatron because he can just walk in the front and they can't really commit onto him. Because you can see every time Bigatron try and commit to take out Beloisi, they usually get baited. So that's a big difference when it comes down to the maneuvers, when it comes to before the fight happens.
7 minutes so far for BTR. Just gonna wait for the next Lord here. There's nothing else going on in this match. Till 10 seconds elapsed after this, and Geek fam will surely go for this Lord. Now, good thing for BTR, Geek fam does not have that marksman, that heavy kind of damage to be able to burst the Lord. So the Lord dance is gonna be quite long.
Oh,
but Marcel, this is a perfect push.
Yeah, it really is, man. Curtain call already baited out, though. Finn has already used it. Let's see what Shogun does about the wave at the bottom. Marcel, again, has a great position. Finally walks up. Doesn't show up just yet. I think it's a call from Geek fam. It's like, yo, calm down. Oh, he's not in the push! Oh, my lord. That could have been real bad.
Shocker.
Mountain Shocker. Eman throws it out.
Nice.
Marcel, great reaction. Free Lord to Geek fam.
And no flicker was expended to get away from the Mountain Shocker, so I'd call that a big fat W for Geek fam.
It's a crowd control immunity, man. It gets you out of so many difficult situations. Now, though, if you look at the gold difference, the majority of that difference is in the roamer and the jungle. And Makeit's is switching some items up, but he was basically full items already. Now picking up the rose gold. So at this point, the gold difference doesn't matter as much any longer. And Bigatron's already full items as well, trying to clear out this Lord. Can Moreno stay out of danger long enough to clear for the team?
Marcel has to make the winning move here because Geek fam, they're lacking in range. even the mid laner does not have that much range to begin with.
They've done a good job at clearing up the mid and top wave. Now with the bottom wave, it's just the Lord. Another wave coming down in the mid lane. And Monte is being very, very careful, man.
Wow.
Knows that Beloy can walk up. And that's the thing about the double fighter composition here. Your siege isn't really too strong. So BTR, despite their composition not being the best at clearing, they can still clear really well. Niall. Oh, killed Unity over on Kennzzy. The final slash as well. Now the combo comes in with the Fear of Phoenix, but Marshall on the back line jumps around.
Oh.
Eman was able to get out. Now Moreno flickers out as well, but he's going to go into the air, and he's able to find the kill. Eman forces Traces backward as Marshall is caught in the midst of it all. That Shogun against two. Marshall still alive. Niall walks up. A Winter Crown already. Eman going to go for the kill. Will be able to pick up that one. BTR concealed. No turrets left for BTR.
There's still a wave coming in the middle. Now, do they want to end it right now?
They got a man advantage and a wave advantage. Beloyski with a walk up, trying to go for the pass, but now Finn's gonna be caught. Fatal Lace coming out as Beloyski's gonna be taken low, taken out by Eman. Current call, immortality down for Niall. It's a pickup. Eman wants to walk up, goes onto a boy, flickers in as well, able to find the kill, but look at the rest of the team. They can end the game surely. Kennzzy takes Eman out. Now it's just the base. Make Kids and Kennzzy secures game one for Geek Fam.
This is not the week one, Geek Fam. They've adapted. Bigatron completely annihilated. Doesn't look like it from the game time, but so far, in every skirmish, Geek Fam was able to pinpoint where to go, what to pick. This is the macro-based Geek Fam that we know.
Man, Bigatron did so well, weathering the storm. But this is the issue when you leave Geek Fam with some of these high-impact picks like the Sora. Marcel wasn't
Even
going to
the
play the
Jiizee.
cleanest of games. And the Jushin as well.